The football season turns to the regional finals as a select few Henrico teams look to keep playing past Thanksgiving. Welcome to Sportswire. I'm Will Catterley. When it comes to Thanksgiving, many of us are thankful for so many things like health, time with family, a big spread of food on the table, and of course, time away from work or school. But when it comes to high school football, teams are also thankful for the ability to actually practice on Thanksgiving. That's because their season is still ongoing. Highland Springs, Freeman, Hermitage, and Varina all had the opportunity for a cornucopia of Thanksgiving goodies if they could win on Friday night. The top-seeded Springers look to feast on Freeman and prove that their number one seed is no fluke. And while Highland Springs has been dominant at times this year, they haven't very often been quite like the Springers of old. But since the playoffs have started, they've been the complete team. Just like the complete Thanksgiving meal, the Springers had the turkey, the stuffing, all the staples were there that they wanted to add a little bit of pumpkin pie for just desserts.
And no doubt about it, the Springers were hungry going into Friday night's regional semifinal matchup with number 4 seed Douglas Freeman, who's had a fantastic year. Springers looking to put an end to it, however, and from the opening snap, you could tell what kind of game this was going to be. Little flare pass out to the right for Freeman. Pass is caught, but gang tackled by that Springer defense. Nothing doing, lost a yard. End of the drive, forced to punt. Got to watch out for this guy. If the Springers make it deep in the playoffs, it's going to be Kwanye Vini. On defense and in special teams, he's got a house call. Touchdown, Springers. Yeah, when Highland Springs is really good, they bring their special teams. Almost 70 yards on the return, 7-0 Springers. More Springer defense, check this out. Bradley Perkins, who had a huge game against LC Bird in the quarterfinals, gets gang tackled. Daquan Giles. They try running the other way. That's not happening. Cameron Tucker gets bottled up. Meanwhile, on a cold night, always good to get the ground game going on the other side of the ledger for Highland Springs. Aziz Foster-Powell did just that, feeding him and feeding Michael Hodge all the way to pay dirt touchdown. Hodge, a 13-yard touchdown run, well blocked by the offensive line, well executed just like that. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Highland Springs up 14-0. The defense not done. They held Freeman to 92 yards of offense for the first half alone. Owen Fallon gets sacked. Later, wobble, Fallon. Second quarter, looked like Freeman might actually get something going here. He got a fake punt for a first down, and then that pass to Horn. Good for a first down, Jarrell Horn, and then, well, opportunistic was Highland Springs to get the fumble recovery right there. Nelson Jr., Lance Nelson Jr., and then let the big dog eat. Aziz Foster-Powell, big night for him, 92 yards rushing, and he had a couple of scores to boot, and you're about to see one. Here it is again. I don't know how he got through that defensive line, but he does, and he finds the end zone one more time. Rushing touchdown for Powell. He's in the ledger for a score. Springers up 21-0 in the first half. Still second quarter highlights. Highland Springs looking for D. Jarrell Horn, big catch. Horn's been so good this year. Big gain, one of the biggest gains of the night for the Freeman offense. Looked like they were going to get going then. Roll out. Owen Fallon finding his man. Cameron Tucker good for the catch. But then, fourth down. Freeman's got to go for it. Broken up by that Highland Springs secondary. Takai Heath was there in coverage to break that one up, and Highland Springs would take over. Quarterback, Christian Martin, connects. Harry Lee Daniel, get out of the way. Athletic director was in my face all night long. Not in my face, in my way. Foster-Powell, though, the touchdown catch for Martin. So 92 yards rushing, also adding yards receiving. A rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown. 29-0 at the half. Springers, second half, Freeman did have their moments. Great defense there. Number 33, Jason Abbey with the stop. Tremendous year for Douglas Freeman, but this would be all Highland Springs. Number 19, Jakir Henley finds Paydirt on that. He comes in at the quarterback position, gets it going there. And then on defense, this guy's been absolutely fantastic. Wanye Vini on the interception. Highland Springs up 36-0. It's a running clock in the second half. Check this stat out. Since the playoffs began, I know it's only been 2 games, so they try to get Bradley Perkins going. Big time hit. Highland Springs has outscored their opponents by over 100 points, and they've given up 0. Nice moment to end it here for Freeman. They get the sack and the fumble recovery, but Highland Springs defense would hold. That ends the season for Freeman. Springers move on to the regional finals.
The kids understand what's at stake here. We have goals that we want to accomplish, and for us to accomplish those goals, man, we got to play better all the way around. And sometimes playing a game like that against your rival and losing gives you a little sense of urgency, and I think that's what it did for the kids. So they're playing better, and we feel good about what's going on right now, but we got another big one next week.
The other side of the Region 5C bracket pitted number 3 Hermitage at number 2 Midlothian. The Panthers faced a physical test at the home of the Trojans, probably just the way they liked it. First-year head coach Timothy Jean-Pierre had his Panthers on the prowl with a great recipe of solid defense, a dominant running game, and a quarterback who could beat you in the air and on the ground. But in this game, the Panthers also needed plenty of poise if they wanted to reach the regional finals.
Panthers on the road at Midlothian taking on the Trojans. Trojans flexing their muscle early in this game. That's why I talked about poise. Opening possession. Hermitage's punt is blocked by Cam Penn. Zach Phillips recovers a football at the Hermitage 19-yard line. And good teams take care of good field position. Trojans' first play on offense after the block. It's Cooper Meads, quarterback, finding Braden Lee for the touchdown. 19-yard touchdown pass. Max Lawton's extra point put Midlow up 7-0, 1:36 to go in the first quarter. And then you didn't see it, but it's an interception. Knox Berry picks off Jalen Burton's pass, takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Midlothian can feel it. Already up 14-0 with 11:45 to go in the second quarter. Would Hermitage panic? Absolutely not. It's not in their DNA, not this year. Jeremiah Footlong Coney takes it in from 5 yards out, touchdown Hermitage. And the Panthers back in it at 14-7 with 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Still second quarter, that Panther defense would rise up, stopping the run play, gang tackling. Look at all the white jerseys there, number 7, number 15 in on it. And they also got pressure. Here's 15 again with the sack. Ravale Hardy, looking Hardy on that play. Panthers take over, and Burton made big plays, as he often does. The pass, this guy, Jakari Bolden's been big, especially second half of the season for Hermitage. So it's Burton to Bolden. And in Bolden is the Hermitage offense, because this guy's going to score most of the time. Offensive line, terrific. And Jeremiah Footlong Coney, extra cheese, chili, and onions on that one. 14 all. We go second half. After giving up 14 to Hermitage, to Midlothian, I should say, Coney and the Panthers and their defense did the rest. Coney solid on the night, gets a big run there, and he says, keep feeding me. This time, though, Jalen Burton says, I want a piece of the pie. He's going to go right side, and he's not going to be stopped all the way to Paydirt. Touchdown Hermitage. So once down 14-0, the Panthers have completely seized momentum. Their first lead of the ball game came in the third quarter, 21-14 with 8:22 to go. Panthers not done either. That defense really only gave up one score. They get the fumble recovery. Ball pops out on the hit. Hermitage, Panthers pounce on it. Yeah, they got the rock. And Hermitage back into business would lead to this. Big part of their offense has been the other Burton, cousin to Jalen. Karam Burton. He gets a big run, 21-14 at the end of the third. Same drive. The Trojan defense stiffens. but McGinnity hits the 34-yard field goal. It is 24-14 with only 5:51 to go in the fourth. Key field goal there gives them a 2-score lead. Looking deep is Midlow. They got the wrong jersey. It's intercepted. Defensive backs have been great. Christian Stubbs has been one of them. Gets the return to boot, and the Panthers can celebrate a big come-from-behind victory against Midlothian on the road. The Panthers are going to the regional finals because that defense just too good. How about another pick? This time it's Burton, Karan Burton with the interception. Hermitage multiple turnovers on defense, solid on offense in the comeback. They will go to Highland Springs for the big enchilada. They win it 24-14.
So Hermitage and Highland Springs will do battle for the right to make it to states at the home of the Springers. Meanwhile, Varina had to travel up north looking to outfox the King George Foxes if they wanted to play past Turkey Day. Highlights are straight ahead.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start.
That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together. Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Welcome back to SportsWire. The Varina Blue Devils just 1 week ago survived and advanced in a double overtime thriller against Powhatan. The week before, they beat rival Highland Springs. Both games were decided by a single point. The Blue Devils have been very good, but they'll tell you they haven't been great. Bottom line, Varina, still in their eyes, haven't played their best football yet, and it had to be awfully good if they were going to beat undefeated King George on the road.
So could Varina get it done against the undefeated Foxes? One thing about King George, 10-0 on the year, did not turn the ball over much at all. This game, different story. Early on, it's a fumble. And the Blue Devils come up with it. Amari Baylor and company on defense. They were strong all evening. Varina did not waste any time. The Ant-Man, Anthony Fisher. Look at this guy go. Nearly 54 yards on the carry, deep in Fox's territory, and it would lead to this. Blue Devils have been really good running the football all year long, and they take advantage. Josiah Minor into the end zone. He finds Pater. 7-yard touchdown run. Varina up on top, 7-0. King George would respond, though. They go to their talented running back, Aiden Wolfhook, and then the pass from Zach Ferguson. He finds Wolfhook. 28 yards later, it's tied at 7. King George was not finished. Here comes another one. Wolfhook, solid night for him. Short to the ground, tough to tackle, speed to burn. That drive ensuing would go into the second quarter, lead to this. 34-yard field goal, Matt Lipinski makes it 10-7, and King George is up in front. But Miles Derricott made some big plays. That looks like a fumble, but in slow-mo, I'd show it to you, but it wasn't. His knee was down. Caught, and then Derricott, with a man in his face, fires, finds his receiver to the end zone. It's Anthony Fisher. Fisher had himself a game. 181 all-purpose yards for the Blue Devils. And that offense responds. So, 14-10, and here comes a Varina D.
We just kept our composure. You know, defense always comes strong. We practice defense every single day hard. Offense, we clicking, we getting there, but defense always been our anchor. Defense always been that anchor. We always click that defense. Now it's offense, we got to go.
And DeAndre Crump is not wrong. That was the guy who made that last tackle, and then he came in and said a few words about it. Yeah, they stopped the game for it now. Just the magic of editing, folks. More defense. Nice stop there by Varina. They get the ball back. Derricott back to work. Finds the Ant-Man. Anthony Fisher for the first down on the slant. It would lead to this. Fisher been lining up at quarterback as well. This time they hand it off. It's number 3, Tamon Brown. He finds Pater. Touchdown, Varina. Up 21-10, and then the defense. King George went into this one not turning the ball over. Kamari Wells, all is Wells. King George had 6 turnovers in this one, and a lot of it via that great Varina defense. There's number 53 again, DeAndre Crump. You'll hear more from him later. Did not play in that Patrick Henry game, the only one that Varina lost. They'll be happy to have him back. More defense. He said that defense starts everything. It's the anchor. Amari Baylor with the stop there, and then once again, Varina turns over the Foxes. Fox is a good football team, putting the ball on the ground and throwing picks. Here comes Varina again, overthrows his receiver. Amari Baylor comes down with it with the interception, and Varina moves on to the regional championship game.
I'm back. They ain't had me PH first game, but I'm letting PH know I'm back, and I'm here. I'm back and I'm better.
You got to get better each and every day, all right?
Edit that a little bit.
Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, I'm on. Yeah. Open your mouth when I talk. I'm on. Yeah. Championship walk, you get better. Yes, sir. Listen to me. We ain't played our best ball yet. Nope. How scary is that? Huh? We ain't played our best ball yet.
And if that's true, that's really scary. Varina, rematch with Patrick Henry, 28-10, they win it.
So the Blue Devils, with the win, get a regional final rematch with Patrick Henry, the only team to beat them this season. Well, we hit the volleyball court when we return as Glen Allen hopes the 4th time is a charm. The Jaguars battle for a state championship against Frank Cox. That's next.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to the show. Glen Allen has been so good for years in guys volleyball. The last 3 years, going into the 2021 season, the Jags had reached the state finals with Deep Run being the only hurdle they couldn't get over. This year, they finally did, beating the Wildcats in the semifinals. But could they seal the deal against Frank Cox and bring home their first state title in school history?
So a perfect 23-0 season and a state championship on the line for Glen Allen at the Siegel Center. Hey, let's go to the Siegel Center. Bring your teal hat, yeah. First set action. Glen Allen in the front court, setting it up, knocking it down. Number 7 in on the action, Andrew Anuskanich doing the honors. He had over 30 sets in this match, setting up most of the Jags. He'd get a couple of kills as well later. There's one of those sets, and then there's one of those kills. One of the captains, my captain, Brooks Cowart, doing the honors. And then Anuskanich on the serve. Frank Cox, the opponent from the 7-5-7. They got nothing for Cowart and company, at least not in the first set. Then Cowart on the serve again, still first set action. Oh man, slam that one down. That's what Frank Cox can do. Number 19, Daniel Hurley, hurls that one for a point. They would have their moments with the Falcons. Like that one. It's comeback time. These would be very close sets as you'd expect in a championship match. Then Hurley on the serve. Great dig right there, and then slamming it down. Big-time plays were made when they were needed by Trevor Foy. He was huge in this one. 25-22, Glen Allen takes the first set. First 1-3 wins. More from Trevor Foy. Not going to get to that one. He kind of shaved the beard in this one. I don't know why. He had things going. Then, number 15, Dominic Wheaton. He gets the answer. Well-rounded team. I've said it all year. I sound like a broken record, but all of these Jags are really good. There's not a weak point. Still, though, Frank Cox trying to exploit whatever they can. Number 21, Brady Spicer with the kill there. Colin Whitney on the serve. Keeping it going are the Falcons, and yeah, that dog will hunt. That's good for the point. Falcons back in business. Another tight set here in the second. Cox on the serve. Glen Allen looking like they get the kill there. Frank Cox keeps it alive, but if at first you don't succeed, try again. And yeah, Trevor Foy says, I got this. And Glen Allen fans love this because they win the second set 25-22. Again, one set away from their first ever state championship. But did you think Frank Cox was going to let that happen that easily? Absolutely not. The point. Good. Hurley. Glen Allen responds. They get the kill right there. They're not going away, but Frank Cox kind of controlled the third set, facing elimination, championship medal showing. Glen Allen gets that one to go, but no, it's blocked at the front of the net. Nate Harrington and company. Falcons seizing momentum. Onuskinich on the serve. Glen Allen looking for a response. All year long they've had one of the longest points of the night. And a great dig by Cox and an even better finish. Nobody's going to get that. Hurley was their offense for the Falcons, and Frank Cox wins 25-18. So they're not done yet. Looking to force a fifth set. Glen Allen wanted nothing to do with that. Taking care of business. Great block, but the point is still to be had. And Glen Allen would get a block of their own. I'll see your block. I'll raise you one better. Trevor Foy and company smelling it. Onuskinich with the serve. That's going to work. Jags getting it done and looking like they're on a mission. This is simply business. Onuskinich on the serve again. Jags can't quite get that one. My goodness. Hurley and company would keep them on their toes, but too much Glen Allen. Later, the Jags. Yeah, that'll work. Number 8, Edwin Barrick. One of the stars on this team, also has a heck of a serve. Hurley looking for answers for Cox. Not gonna get it there! And it's game, set, match, point. Trevor Foy and Glen Allen. After 4 times, the 4th time is a charm. And the Jags, after going to the state championship 4 years in a row, 3 years in a row being turned away, their head coach and team get to hoist the ultimate hardware for the first time in school history. Your final, Glen Allen wins 3-1 and a very jubilant postgame.
Super high. I just can't even believe I'm so happy for the guys pushing through this. They were goal all year. They knew what they wanted. We've obviously been here the last few years, and this group was just different. They were ready to push through, and I couldn't be more proud of them. So, it wasn't really on their mind. They knew this was a different team, a different year, and that's the way they treated it. So they knew their goal the entire year, and at no point did they doubt themselves.
Very motivated to win, and we wanted to do it the right way. We kept our heads in the game. We worked very strong on not necessarily like a family aspect of the team. We hung out outside of sport and stuff like that. We all shared like a love for the sport and one another.
But we knew the goal wasn't to just beat Deep Run this year, which we did, which we succeeded on, sorry. We just knew we had to do it. And although it was this team, this 2021 Glen Allen team, this state championship for our team, like Coach Hoy said, it's for all the guys.
A tremendous season for Glen Allen has the Jaguars, with plenty to be thankful for. The state championship win, coupled with the guys' cross-country state titles, gives them 2 state championships in less than 2 weeks. Hey, quick shout-out and congratulations for the Football Region 5C Players of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Hermitage running back Jeremiah Coney with over 1,000 rushing yards this season and counting. Defensive Player of the Year honors goes to Kwanye Vini, the uber-talented Highland Springs defensive back, and Coach of the Year honors are shared between Midlothian's Matt Hutchings and Hermitage head coach Timothy Jean-Pierre. And with that, remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us, and you can always follow us on Twitter. I can't wait to see you next time on Sportswire.